Hare Krishna. So, welcome to all devotees for the Saturday evening program of Bhagavad Gita discussion. So, today we are discussing from 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the verse number 4 and 5. Buddhar Gnanam Asamohaha Kshama Satyam Damasamaha Sukam Dukkam Bhavo Bhavo Bhavyam Bayam Cha Abhayam Yevacha Ahimsa Samata Tushtis Tapodhanam Yasho Yashaha Bhavanti Bhava Bhutanam Matta Yeva Prutagvida. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame and infame. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone. Hare Krishna. So how many of you heard this translation? And if you can tell me what Lord Krishna is telling about, so that, okay?
Lord Krishna is explaining the dualities.
He is not explaining dualities, Prabhu. Where is he explaining dualities? Anyone? Yeah? Who? Characteristics of who? Huh? Yeah? Okay, very good. Krishna Prabhu ki jai. So, Lord Krishna is speaking about the qualities that are existing in all the living entities. How many of you are feel that we are good? You are good? How many of you feel I am good person? How many of you? Please, don't be. Yeah? All of you feel that I am good, right? Punamaji? You feel you are good, right? Huh?
To some extent, because
Yeah.
sometimes we also get hurt and
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah. So all of us feel to some extent that we are good. I have good qualities. It is actually because of other person who is not able to identify me, he is unnecessarily fighting with me. Is everyone who actually feels that I am a bad person? Anyone feels that I am a bad person? Yeah? Huh? Yeah? You feel? Huh? When you feel, what you do?
Probably keep quiet.
No,
Okay.
probably we give justifications for our, just to overcome our guilt.
Okay. So justification to overcome our guilt that because of these reasons, because of these circumstances, I had to behave in this way. Actually, I am a good person. Actually, I am a good person, but these circumstances made me to behave in this way. Because of this, I behaved like this. But this is a very, very, once in a lifetime situation that has come. You won't see this happening in me. Yeah, this is something we always try to justify ourselves and tell. Even if you had committed some mistake, we try to justify that why it has happened. Yeah. So sit next to Kinchana. It's okay. So here Lord Krishna is telling about the qualities, and very important thing is Lord Krishna says all these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone. Very, very important to understand. So there are at least around 20 to 24 qualities Lord Krishna is explained here. Very, very important to understand what is these qualities means to us. Lord Krishna tells Buddhir Gnanam Asammohaha. And Prabhupada, at the end of this explanation of these verses, Prabhupada says all these qualities are manifest throughout the universe in human society and in the society of demigods. There are many forms of humanity on other planets, and these qualities are also there. Now, for one who wants to advance in Krishna consciousness, Krishna creates all these qualities, but the person develops them himself from within. One who engages in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord develops all the good qualities are arranged by Supreme Lord. Of whatever we find, good or bad, the origin is Krishna. Nothing can, please hear this sentence again, of whatever we find, good or bad, the origin is Krishna. Nothing can manifest itself in this material world which is not in Krishna. That is knowledge. Although we know that things are differently situated, we should realize that everything is flowing from Krishna. The last paragraph of this. So very, very important to understand what these qualities means to us. So Lord Krishna is telling, Buddhir Gnanam Asammoha. Buddhi, intelligence, Gnanam, knowledge, Asammoha, freedom from doubt. So Krishna is telling all these qualities are created by me and it is present in the living entities. But if you read carefully in these verses, there are so many controversies Krishna is arising here. Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he tells Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. One who is connected to me always. Tesham Satatayuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. One who is engaged in the devotional service unto me. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. For that bhakta, for that devotee, I am going to give him the intelligence. Lord Krishna is telling here, Shraddhavan Labate Gnanam. Lord Krishna again speaks in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that one who is faithful to me, he can only get Labate Gnanam, he can get the knowledge. So one verse Krishna is speaking about the intelligence, another verse Krishna is telling about the knowledge. Where Krishna is telling that one who is connected to me and surrendered to me only can get the intelligence and knowledge, Krishna is telling here, these qualities is already present in the living entities and it is created by me. Is it not contradiction? Yes. So some of the verses Lord Krishna is telling, one who is engaged with me will get these qualities. And in these verses, Krishna is already saying that these qualities is already present in the living entities and it is created by me. How is it possible that such a contradiction exists?
Everybody follows my path in all respects.
What does it mean, Prabhu? I think you cook too much of aloo paratha, Prabhu, today. Too much of aloo paratha baking. Yeah? Yes, Prabhuji. You understood the question? How can Krishna tell that one who is engaged with me can get the intelligence? Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Dadami buddhi yogam tam, Krishna says. Ye namam upayanti. One who is connected to me, one who is surrendered to me, one who performs devotional service unto me, buddhi yogam, I am going to give him the intelligence. And if you go to the 4.40 or 39, I think. Shraddhavan labate gnanam tatparas samyatendriyaha gnanam labva param shantim achirena adigacchati. I think that is the same verse, I think. 4 point. Yeah. Shraddhavan labate gnanam tatparas samyatendriyaha gnanam labdva param shantim achirena adigacchati. One who is able to quickly attain happiness and become satisfied and peaceful. Who? Shraddhavan labate gnanam. One who is faithful to me, faithful to my instruction. He is able to get the knowledge. How is it possible that such a contradiction can exist? Where one versus, don't go into the Google. You will not even find anywhere. So, yeah? Nathan Prabhu? Yes, Prabhu.
Which qualities are existing?
Yes, Prabhu. Nathan Prabhu, let's start with him.
Qualities, taking an analogy, qualities are like water bottles.
Yeah.
The qualities are given to everyone.
Yeah.
But how much of that will be filled depends on how much faithful they are with Krishna.
Okay, so the quality is already available to everyone.
How much it gets filled,
Is it improved?
How much we will get is depends upon
how faithful we
how
are.
how much faithful we are
Ye
with
yadam,
Krishna. Okay,
I think we can improvise it.
yeah.
Ye yadam prapajante.
Okay, ye yatamam prapadyante tam tataisu patavajamyam. Okay,
Mama
okay. What does it mean, Prabhu? Yeah, I understood the words. What does it mean?
based on the level of surrender,
Yeah.
that much level they will get the qualities.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
qualities are existing in human beings,
Yeah.
but to manifest those qualities, we need to surrender to Krishna. Only then
Qualities are existing in human beings. To manifest those qualities, we need to surrender to Krishna. Okay.
So he may get material intelligence.
Yeah.
Once he get connected to Krishna, he may get the intelligence to understand about Krishna and get the knowledge about Krishna.
Okay. Perfect. Vishnu Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
So very, very important to understand here. These qualities which are mentioned in the 4th and 5th verses of Bhagavad Gita, the 10th chapter, there are two, phases of these qualities we need to understand. One are the material qualities, one are the spiritual qualities. Yeah. For example, there are three energies of Krishna. Yeah. Bahiranga Shakti, Antaranga Shakti, and Tatastha Shakti. So Antaranga Shakti is the internal potency of Krishna. Yeah. So when Krishna creates the qualities, these are all, absolute in sense, they are all perfect spiritual qualities which are abundantly available in Krishna. Yeah. But when actually it comes in touch with the nature, material world, the Bahiranga Shakti of Krishna, which is the external energy of Krishna, yeah, they become the external qualities, means the material qualities. These qualities becomes perverted when it enters into the material world, because these qualities which are mentioned, explained here, when it comes in the mode of goodness, touch with the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance, this becomes perverted and becomes a material quality. So I am going to explain what does it mean. So we have one side material qualities, we have one side spiritual qualities. So Antaranga Shakti are the spiritual qualities, Bahiranga Shakti is the material qualities, Tatastha Shakti are the living beings, we, who are having the choice either to embrace the material qualities or spiritual qualities. You are all with me? So very, very important to understand, as a living being, I have a choice whether to embrace the material qualities or spiritual qualities. By default, we all have material qualities as per defined here. But they are all relative in sense. They are not absolute in sense. You are with me? For example, truthful. How many people say that I am truthful? How many of you say I am truthful? Yeah? Not always, sometimes at least. But even if I say I am guaranteed to be truthful, but it is relative, it is not absolute. For example, you are sitting in Mysore today and you may say the temperature, the weather is too hot to a person in Rajasthan. To a person in Rajasthan, you may say that, oh, actually, my dear friend, actually the weather is too hot in Mysore. But for a person in Rajasthan, the same weather looks moderate. You are with me? You are all with me? So for a person in Rajasthan, this weather is not hot. It is a normal spring weather. Yeah? So we need to understand that even though we may claim to be truthful, but because this quality is in touch with the material nature, it has perverted. And no matter how much you try to be truthful in this world, it is impossible to be truthful in this world. Impossible, because the material world has duality. Duality will never allow you to be perfectly qualified to be a qualitative person. That I am a very good person is impossible. Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita, please come inside. Prabhuji, if you can just push. No, Prabhuji, you don't come over here. You just come, push. There is good amount of space. Yeah. Yeah. So even though, if you see in the Bhagavad Gita itself, the Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna is telling here the non-violence is one of the qualities existing in the devotees. Krishna himself incited Arjuna to fight in the battlefield and kill. A battle can happen on non-violence. Is there a possibility that any battle can happen? Arjuna killed so many people, so many in the opposition army. So there is a non-violence, there is a violence. You are with me? So we need to understand that no matter how much we try to be saying that I'm 100% good person, duality of this world never allows us to be a absolute personality in this world. Never possible. Because the material world itself, for example, if I say, how are you, mate? In Australia, I went to yesterday to meet my Australian clients. Very good, very healthy, very cheerful. We can tell that. I'm so healthy. But is it true? Is it true? Huh? I might be thinking, because I might be telling that I'm absolutely healthy. But it is relative. Why?
You actually mean that let us continue.
Huh?
We don't know what is happening inside of us.
We don't know what is inside. Anyone else? So, the context in which we start and tell the truth itself is wrong. Most of the people in this world, we think that we are this body. Yeah? How many think that we are soul? How many think we are soul? All of us think we are this body. But actually we are soul, not this body. Body is temporary. Temporary shield of matter which is covered, which helps us to identify each other. But actually the real spiritual personality which is needs to evolve through the practice of yoga, through the practice of connection to Krishna, is the spiritual body which alone has the capability to come out of this world. But we all have material body, and we are only conscious to the extent we are conscious about who are we. You are with me? To the extent we are conscious about who are we, to that extent we can speak about truth. How many of you are here? Accept with me? Because our basic principle, or what do you say in the geometry? You start with some assumptions, right? The basic assumptions, what do you say assumptions? In axioms, axiomatic truth, yeah, whatever. The basic foundational principle, baseline with which you start to speak itself is wrong. We all think that we are this body. And with this assumption, which is totally, wrong, which is totally false, which is not at all true, with this whatever we speak, it is going to be false only. Is it going to be true? Yeah? No. For example, if you want to go to, Bangalore, and you have taken route to Kerala. So no matter how much you try, if you keep on going, you will never reach Bangalore. So basic, the assumption, the basic understanding with which we are living in this life itself is wrong. With which, is it possible to be truthful in this world? Yeah? Now comes, so that's why it said, goodness without God is like honesty among thieves. Have you heard? Goodness without God is like honesty among thieves. I'm a very honest person. I have not troubled anyone. I, do everything, very, very honestly. But the basic principle itself, we don't know from where the honesty comes from. For example, we are living in this world, everything is supplied by Creator himself. And we are taking, for example, why it is called honesty among thieves?
Because they don't know what is the good thing, beneficial thing for others.
Everything belongs, it's not our property. We are just
So goodness without God. If I say that I am good, and if I absolutely don't believe in Creator Himself, goodness without God, yeah, I might say I am good. I don't believe in the Creator, and you are using all the facilities in this world without the permission of the Creator itself. If you go to a supermarket and pick something, and without paying to the cashier, if you come out, what do you call as thief? I might be honest in this world, but unless and until we understand this principle that we are all created bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi partha sanatana. If we do not understand this, whatever we are going to do is, there is absolutely no quality present in that. You are all with me? So we need to understand there is a material quality, there is a spiritual quality, living entities, tatastha shakti. We have a choice, accept the material quality or spiritual quality. Now, we all of us have good and bad qualities within us. To an extent, we are in the mode of goodness, passion or ignorance. Based upon that, we have good qualities. Every quality is mentioned here. Which is the verse? Yeah. Buddhir Jnanam Asammoha Shama Satyam Damasamaha Sukam Dukkam Bhavo Bhavo Bhayam Cha Abhayam Yevacha. Someone can be Abhaya, fearless. Fearless can be mode of goodness, fearless can be in the mode of ignorance, fearless can be in the mode of passion. In the fearless in the mode of ignorance is what? Don't care. You know, in the mode of ignorance. Fantastic, bro. You are in a farm today. So, fearless in the mode of ignorance is, for example, I am drunk. I am saying, I don't care about anyone. Fearless. But already I am drunk. What can I tell? Yeah. So, we can find each of these qualities in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Yeah. Did you understand goodness without God is honesty among thieves? Yeah. So, for example, if you go to the supermarket and take everything and come back and say that now all the thieves are coming together and say, let us be honest. Let us split among each other equally among ourselves. Already you have taken things, resources which doesn't belong to you. Where is the honesty in splitting it? Yeah. You are all with me? So we need to understand that the qualities in this world is material qualities and the spiritual qualities that exist, and every human being need to elevate himself transcend himself from the material qualities he has to the spiritual qualities. When Lord Krishna tells here that these qualities are created by me, we need to understand Lord Krishna creates the spiritual qualities. Now you can say Bhayam Abhayam, and Lord Krishna also tells some of the qualities he has mentioned here are also Dukkam, Sukam Dukkam, Bhavaha, Abhavaha, birth and death. And Lord Krishna is also telling here the distress, death, fear, some of the qualities I am picking it up. Yeah, fame and infamy. How is it possible that a creator, a bad qualities can origin from a creator if he is all good? Anyone wants to tell? If Krishna is all good, if Krishna is all pure, then how is that the fear can originate from Krishna? This is a question for all of you to think about. Otherwise, 1 minute. So, how is that fear can come from Krishna? How is that infamy can come from Krishna? Who? You are all with me? So, already Prabhupada explained here that of whatever we find good or bad, the origin is Krishna. Nothing can manifest itself in this material world which is not in Krishna. Can I leave this question to all of you to think about, and you answer me in the next week? Yeah? Okay. So, very important to understand that the qualities mentioned here, these qualities, when it comes to this material world, it becomes the material qualities. Material qualities always have dualities. And material qualities cannot be, at any moment of time, can be absolute. You are all with me? Let me take an example of one of the devotee who built the temple of Lord Ram in Bhadrachalam. How many of you know? Ramadas. Yeah, fantastic. You know, we are come back to the form. So there is one devotee who was a revenue collector. There was one person. His name was Ramadas in Bhadrachalam. He was working under a Muslim ruler. Yeah, the Muslim ruler. And his, this Ramdas, what he used to do is he used to collect the revenues. Yeah, collect the revenues. For example, like GSTs, collect the GSTs. And never give back to the government. Never give back to the government. What he is called as? A thief. If you are taking the tax and if you are not returning to the government, you are called as thief. You are all with me? Any doubt here? So Ramdas used to collect all the taxes from all the villagers and used to go and spend all this money to build a temple for Lord Ram. Yeah? And he built the temple for Lord Ram, and the Muslim ruler found out that Ramdas for a long period of time has not submitted the tax at all. So for example, Ramesh Prabhu is here. If you do not submit the tax collected, when you go to the government, you need to report it on a daily basis or even weekly basis, right? So when you are reporting in the weekly basis, you are telling lie, not truth. You are all with me? Are you all with me? You have to tell lie that, I have not collected. You might have collected 1 crore rupees. You might not say, I didn't collect any. I might have collected 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and you submit to the government. So he used to actually speak lie in front of the king every time of reporting. And he built the temple, and the Muslim ruler came to know that he has built the temple for Lord Ram and he has used the money collected, revenue collected, which belongs to the government. Muslim king became so angry with Ramdas. How dare you can do this? I thought you were an honest worker. You used to collect the taxes from people of villages and you have cheated me, not giving the money back. So he built the temple, and Muslim ruler immediately, imprisoned him for 12 years. Punishment was given to the Ramdas. And Ramdas went to the prison and started praying to Lord Ram that all I did for you both brothers, I took so much of risk in my life to construct a temple so that all the people can come and remember you both and see my situation. I am in the prison. And one day it so happened that 2 young brothers who came to the kingdom and said that whatever the money that was owing by Ramdas, this is the money, you take it to the king. And king actually received the money, and king actually ordered the minister, please go into the prison and release Ramdas. And Ramdas was released, and Ramdas was shocked. How is it possible? And he asked the minister, why are you releasing me? I was told that I am getting 12 years. Yeah? How come you are, releasing me? And he went straight to the king. And the king said, 2 people who said we are brothers, they came and gave back all the money you owe to the government. And immediately Ramdas asked, who are those 2 people? I have not seen both of them in any part of my kingdom. I don't know where they came from. Ramdas was shocked. And he could able to realize that they were none other than Ram and Lakshman, who actually came and gave back the money which was due by Ramdas. and gave back to the government. Now, why is it that the Lord should punish him? Should punish Ramdas for whatever he did. But instead of it, Lord is actually bestowing him. You are all with me? Now tell me. What is a good cause?
Because in a sense he is in a spiritual path, so
Yeah?
whatever he did for Rama.
Okay. She's saying whatever he did was for Lord Ram. Yeah? So anyone else? Is it not cheating?
Yes, it is.
Yeah? Yes, it is. Perfect. He is the accountant. He is telling that yes, it is cheating. How many of you say that it is cheating? Yes, it is. In the material perspective, it is cheating. Don't copy him, Ramdas. Do not. Yeah. So we need to understand it's in the material perspective. It is a perfect cheating only. But you need to understand that he was so surrendered to Lord Ram that he utilized each and every penny collected by from the citizens of the kingdom straight for building the temple for Lord Ram. He was so surrendered. And he was having a faith that everything belongs to Lord Ram. And if I give the opportunity to the king to build, he will never be able to build the temple for Lord Ram. So let me take this D route and use the money and build a temple for Lord Ram. You need to understand here, when it comes to the qualities, we need, for example, Srirangam temple, how many of you have gone? Most of the temple is constructed by how did they collect the money? Robbery. You are understanding? But we need to understand the dedication of the people who did that. They had no self-motivation that, oh, I collected some 10% commission. Let me keep 10%, 90%. Yeah, that is also good. But many people say 50-50. Let us become partners in crime. Yeah. So we need to understand that he had so surrendered that he could able to dedicate the entire Lakshmi that was collected. That anyhow it belongs to Krishna. Keraya neeranu keraya challi. So actually they used it in the service of Lord Krishna. So we need to understand these qualities. Really, it's important to understand that from the spiritual absolute perspective, though it may look like these qualities are appearing in a contradictory way, but from the eyes of Krishna, he looks at the devotion. Very important. Bhaktya tushtati kevalam nacha gunair bhakti priyo madavaha. Bhaktya tushyati kevalam nacha gunair. Krishna is not going to look at the qualities of us. Krishna is going to look at the devotion what we have for him. For example, now this brings us to this one situation where we need to understand that every one of us want to develop good qualities, right? How many of us really want to develop good qualities? I want to be a good personality. How many of you feel? Yeah. So what is the route we need to take to develop good personality, become good personality is very important. Very important. So Lord Krishna, Bhaktya Tushyati Kevalam Nachagunair Bhakti Priyo Madhavaha. Lord Krishna is telling that he is attracted to devotees. Surrender, not qualities. For example, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Krishna told him to tell lie. Yudhishthir Maharaj felt that my truth is actually bigger than Lord Krishna's instructions. You are all with me? Yeah? That's why Krishna never chose Yudhishthir to speak Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, it would have taken a different route altogether. He chose Arjuna, a surrendered soul. Yeah? That's why very important. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunaistatra samasate surah. Haro abhaktasya kutah mahat gunaha manorate sati dhavato vahi. In Vasudev tells in Bhagavatam that yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasate suraha. If yasyasti bhaktir, if someone has devotion to Krishna, sarvair gunais tatra, all the auspicious qualities reside in him like that of demigods. Vasudev says, Haro abhaktasya kutam mahat gunaha. Haro abhaktasya, if he is not a devotee of Krishna, kutam mahat gunaha, even he might say that I am so truthful, I am so honest in this world. We discussed this, right? Honesty in the material world is impossible. Goodness without God is like honesty among thieves. So, harav abhaktasya kutah mahat gunaha. How is it possible for anyone to have good qualities if he is not a devotee of Krishna? Why? Because manoratena sati dhavato vahi. Because his chariot is driven by whom? Mind. His mind, not Krishna. Manoratena sati dhavato vahi. His chariot is driven by his own mind, and wherever the mind pulls him, he is going to go. All of you are so lucky that you have come to Vrindavan, beating the Balaji vines which comes in between. Yeah? Which is very, very difficult. For example, if you are crossing through Jayalakshmi Puram, that the mall comes, right? What is the mall?
BM Habitat.
Yeah, BM Habitat. Attraction comes, right? Let me get into what films has released. Yeah, and you had to cross over that, and you had to come to Vrindavan. That needs good determination. And many of more distance you are from Vrindavan, more the risk. For example, Ramesh Prabhu lives in JP Nagar. He has to cross Sterling Theatre. He has to cross then he has to cross Amrut Gobi. He has to come over. Then what are the other places, Prabhuji? All the places he has to cross, and he has each and every time he has a choice to go there and miss out from Vrindavan. Yeah. So depending upon, for example, we need to understand that these qualities, manoratena sati dhavato bahihi, as long as we are given our chariot to mind will pull us in all the direction. If that is the case, harav abhaktasya kutah mahat gunaha. How is it possible that we can ever have good qualities in this world? So there are two things comes to this now. I need to become a good personality. But is it required that I need to surrender to Krishna to develop the good qualities? Many people in this world have some good qualities in them. Yeah? But we need to understand from the absolute sense, it is impossible for them to execute and be truthful. Be, what do you say? What are the other qualities we were discussing? Ahimsa. Yeah, be non-violent. Impossible in this world. How can anyone in this today can say I am non-violent? It's impossible. While you are driving the car, you are sitting in the car, you don't know what is going underneath. You would have killed so many rats or so many ants, so many living entities while coming into Vrindavan. Yeah? Is it possible to be non-violent in this world? Is it possible, Nutan Prabhu? Huh? If you open your mouth, thousands of bacteria goes inside. That's it. Mosquitoes, everything goes inside. Yeah. So we need to understand that it is impossible to execute these qualities in an absolute sense in this material world. That's why Krishna says that Yagnartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. If you really want to come out of this network of complexities and you want to come out and become completely free, we need to actually execute these qualities with the perspective of surrendering to Krishna. Being truthful to Krishna is important. Yeah? We cannot develop, for example, a chemical laboratory, comes up with an innovation saying that we are creating mangoes artificially. Now it's the mango season. Artificially, we are creating the mangoes. Through artificial intelligence, they would have seen all kinds of colors and origin chemicals within it. And these chemicals coming together can give rise to these kind of appearances and come up with all kinds of, all the data, and they have computation, and they have come up with segregating everything. And these kinds of chemical composition can give rise to this type of mangoes. How long for any scientist? Till now they have not done it. Prabhu, you are up to date. Have anyone done it? Huh? They have done it?
No, seedless mango.
Seedless mango. Yeah?
Very seedless mango.
Huh?
Very seedless mango.
No. But origin has to be somewhere, right? They cannot, in the air, they cannot say that I created a mango without using. Where is the source? You would have taken source from somewhere and created. Raw material, somewhere you would have created, somewhere the source of origin belongs to the organic production of Krishna. Yeah? But we cannot say. So what is so easiest to do it? Put the seed in the earth, and the plant comes in and it develops, it produces thousands of mangoes. You like it or not, how many? It keeps on producing. Yeah? So qualities is also like that. We cannot try to artificially we have so many seminars in this world that, personality development. Absolutely, there is no person itself. Only personality development. See, it's impossible to be a good person in this world. Impossible. That's why we need to understand, because people try to be good. There's a politician in Delhi who started that most honest personality, honest politics I'm going to do in this entire India. I'm going to start the political party. Impossible. How is it possible? How is it possible? You like it or not, you will be embroiled in some controversy. You understand? That's why people who try to lead their life independent of Krishna, they completely give up, completely become depressed. It is impossible for me, because one person you can be good to, 100 people their perspective will be different. What is important for me to lead a happy life in this world? To become good for Krishna in the eyes of Krishna. That's why when we look at these qualities, although it's originated from Krishna, we need to really understand what is in it for me, these qualities. How can I help me to become a good personality? What is meant by good personality? It is to understand that these qualities should help me to come out of the cycle of birth and death. These qualities should help me to surrender to Krishna. Otherwise, these qualities are going to entangle us in this world. A quality that actually frees us from this world is actually spiritual qualities, which we need to transcend from existing qualities we have. I might be a knowledgeable person, intelligent person. I might have created, innovated so many things of this world, and I might have earned billions of dollars. But at the end of the day, if you do not even understand this basic principle that you created all this innovation from the sand which belongs to the creator. You didn't create the sand from first place. Yeah? This is like a battle between God and the founder of Microsoft. There's story used to be there. What's his name, Prabhu? Bill Gates. Yeah? Where Bill Gates was creating so many miracles, and he said, I'm God. And he wanted to compete with God. He said, okay, fine, start. And Bill Gates started doing all the magics. And God said, start from the sand. Create the sand
Use
first.
your own,
Bring your own
raw material.
raw materials. That's where the problem comes. Where I use the resources from. I use the resources from whom? Krishna. Is it not that I should follow the instructions of him? That is the absolute good quality. You are all with me? That's why sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, if you start doing your own dharma of this kind of, I need to be having these kind of qualities, I need to develop these qualities, I need to, I need to be truthful, I need to do this, I need to do that, independent of Krishna, we will be embroiled in this material world with happiness and distress, entangled forever. It is absolutely artificially to produce peace is impossible. Yeah? That's why Krishna tells in the 39th verse, that's why Shraddhavan labate gnanam tatparas samyatendriyaha gnanam labva param shantim. Which gnana he is talking about? Not about Microsoft products. Knowledge not about Java, not about Python, not to how to make money in the market, how to actually invest in different stock markets, how to make money. This is not knowledge. Yeah, you are all with me? What knowledge Lord Krishna is speaking about? Again, coming to the first question I asked, why, when Krishna is telling about Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam, I am going to give the intelligence for that devotee who is going to connect to me, who is going to surrender to me. But in the 4th and 5th verse of the 10th chapter, Lord Krishna is saying that this buddhi intelligence is already present in the living entities and it's created by me. Which intelligence Lord Krishna is talking about there? Which intelligence Lord Krishna is talking about for the devotee? So, intelligence might be there for me to create money in this world, create wealth in this world, create, control, power in this world. But to come out of this, to get freedom, to connect to Krishna, we need to transcend from material qualities to the spiritual qualities. Very, very important. So the knowledge of material world entangles us, makes us to suffer. Knowledge about Krishna frees us from the entanglement. You are all with me? So this is the knowledge Krishna is talking about here. Shraddhavan labate gnanam tatpara samyatendriyaha. The knowledge comes from faith. What knowledge about this? Knowledge about Krishna. Knowledge about material world, how to make money, doesn't require faith on Krishna. You can reject Krishna and go and make crores of rupees, billions of rupees. That doesn't guarantee you to be happy in this world. Yeah? You are all with me? So this Shraddhavan labate gnanam tatparas samyatendriyaha gnanam labva. Once you get knowledge about me, what happens? Param shantim, he is going to get absolute peace. Achirena adhigacchati. With that, he will be able to, come back to me very soon. Vishnu Prabhu, do not worry. Let her stay. Don't worry, Prabhu. We will. Prabhuji, the world is so big. Do not worry. Just come and sit, tell her. Okay. So the next verse Krishna says, Agnascha ashraddadhanascha samshayatma pranashyati. If you start doing samshaya, does Krishna exist? Why unnecessarily we are striving, cooking here every week? And today is aloo parota we have done. It's not easy to cook aloo parota. You can cook for family, 2-3 family members. To cook for all, it takes a lot of effort. Does Krishna really exist? For example, to come doing programs for last so many years, 23, 24 years, every time you try to organize, there are forces within me starts questioning. Why are you doing this? Unnecessary, fool. Why I have to strive so much? Every time. Yeah? I'm actually, what do you say? I'm honestly, telling all of you. There are forces which tells, why are you fool number one? Can't you go to Ooty, yaar? Such a hot summer, walking down to More, walking down to other places, buying things. It is not that you will get everything in one place. You have to keep on roaming, and you do it every time. What is that? Just go and enjoy life. Does Krishna really exist? You fool number one. You can't even see. And the good forces within me, tells me no, surrender. And if you keep on doing it, you are making your the spiritual strength keeps on becoming strong, and after some time these evil forces give up. You are all with me? Yeah, you are all with me? So it is very, very important for us that that's why, in scripture says, even at the point of death, you will have duality coming in. One side coming that you are immortal, another side saying that you have to go. Yeah? And one side telling that this world is absolutely nonsense, and another world, so many attractive things are there. Just look around. Even at the time of death, even fag and where none of your body parts are cooperating. So we need to live in this world with determination. Determination comes from practice. We need to keep on practicing. It is not that I'm an absolute person that, I always desire that, I always want to be serving. Challenges come to me as well, but you need to give, the driver's seat to whom you need to think about. Very, very important. That's why today, although I didn't go to any of these qualities explaining, it is important that we need to realize that what is these qualities means from the perspective of a devotee. If you do not understand that, you can keep on discussing about each and every quality and keep on, but understanding the basic principle of this quality is important. Yeah, that's why very important to understand that yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunaistatra samasate suraha. If we can surrender to Krishna, Bhagavati akinchana, without any akinchana, what is the meaning?
No material possessions.
Yeah.
Without person without any.
No, yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana means what?
The person without any material desires.
In this perspective, tell me, connect to this verse and tell me from this.
The person who is completely surrendered unto.
Yeah. So, yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana, someone who is surrendered to Krishna, though he might have hundreds of things with him, materially, empowered, but he is only having faith on Krishna. Yasyasti bhaktir, one who actually develops devotion service unto Krishna without actually depending on the material resources. Sarvair gunaistatra, for him all the auspicious qualities reside, and sarvair gunaistatra samasate suraha, just like the demigods. A devotee becomes as good as a demigod. Yeah. Harau abhaktyasya kutah mat gunaha. How is it possible for anyone to develop any one of these good qualities without surrendering to Krishna? Though he might have a quality, that can only be a relative from a material perspective, and he can never ever be able to get free from the entanglement of birth, death, and old age and disease. That's very, very important. Yasyam vai shuyamananam Krishne paramapurushe bhaktir utpadayet pumsam shoka moha bhayapaha. If you really want to come out of the material miseries of acquiring all these material qualities, one needs to hear about yasyam vai shuyamananam. One needs to hear about Krishne Paramapurushe, about Krishna. Bhaktir Utpadayet Pumsam. Once the devotion comes to our heart, shoka, moha, bhayapaha, all these qualities, the fear that comes acquiring all these qualities will go away because we transcend this world. Yeah, very, very important. Okay, Hare Krishna. You are all with me? Any questions?
When we listen to all these lectures, these realizations do strike us and it sort of elevates us. But it becomes sort of temporary and we again fall back to our material consciousness, material thinking.
Yeah.
So is there any way that we can stay in this
Yeah.
consciousness?
So very, very important. She's saying that even though we hear about the class, we discussions, we come to certain understanding, but again, once tomorrow comes, again we fall back to the same original situation where we were. That's why very, very important to understand that we put priority. First priority is whom? Krishna. Next comes our important other duties, what we need to perform. As long as we put Krishna in the center, all the other things, actually become readjusted to the central focus of Krishna. That every day we need to think about. It is not that I want to be a greatest man in this world. I want to be a devotee of Krishna. You can be a greatest, keeping Krishna in the center. You can be powerful, keeping Krishna in the center. You can be a very famous person, keeping Krishna in the center. As long as we keep Krishna in the center, we are freed from the entanglement of all these things which poses problem. Many people who commit suicide are not those hut livers. They are all living in the palace, having all the facilities of this world. Why do they do that? Because they understand that even they did all these things, having all these things, have not given them the happiness. Otherwise, why Purandara Dasa had to leave all the Navakoti and he run towards Krishna? You are all with me? And Purandara's second part is the one which is remembered by the entire people of this world, not the first part. They are not looking into the books to understand how Purandara could able to accumulate the Navaratna. What is that? What is the formula he adopted to become rich? Can we look and can we discuss today? The topic is how to become rich like Purandara. What we discuss today, what we remember is the second part of his life, that how he utilized his life by surrendering. He could, even Purandara himself, acquiring everything, can understand that this is futile. We need to realize from the noble souls. Yeah. So it is not that you don't, you don't actually try on, to become, good person. Akinchana might say, why I have to study then? He was telling, Karthik was telling last week, Prabhu, I spent so much of time, 14 hours every day I studied. Today I am writing English exam, writing a letter to my manager, asking him to give 3 days leave, Prabhu. What is this all about? Is it not? You ask him, Prabhu, what am I doing? For this I had to study so much. 12th, going to all the places, tuitions, everything. And today he is writing exam in the English paper. What is it English paper? Write a letter to your manager asking 3 days leave. Yeah? Why the hell? And people of this world have, they might have done so much struggle to acquire something. And after acquiring, is it? That's all. You get this kind of that's all is there in the material perspective. It will never ever quench our thirst. Yesterday I was seeing that one person, I just wanted to send him the video to download. One person is just dancing like mad elephant because his RCB won. RCB has won. And he's just dancing from one end of the room to the other end. And he's doing all madly, I just got a video from my classmates' circle. He's just jumping like this. And he takes out this one, shirt, t-shirt, takes out his Bermuda and does like this. And you know what I mean? This is like a, and especially doing this, at the end of the day, RCB cannot quench the thirst of us. It is a relative truth that the RCB has won. Tomorrow they are going to get defeated.
Last 15 years they have been defeated.
Yeah? So it is a relative truth that the RCB is the champion of the champions. It is relative truth. Absolute truth is Krishna is the champion of champions. Very important. As long as we are fan of RCB, we are fan of Chennai Super Kings, we are fan of all this. It's all fake. It's all fake. People jump from one party to another party. You are just, how can you be faithful to anything? So if you really look into this world, whatever we are trying to depend on to quench our thirst, it is all relative, it is all imperfect, it's all going to never quench us absolutely. It can do us temporarily, partially for a few seconds, but again, this fire of feeling, depressed, feeling lonely is going to again erupt after. The only way we can actually quench this thirst is by surrendering to Krishna. Very important. Because this thirst is there because of the forgetfulness of Krishna, and we are trying to fill this with the only knowledge we have is the knowledge of this world. That's it. You are all with me? Very important. Hare Krishna.